I'm going to stop this. You see Our Lady dancing, and she has something special for you all. Hi, Miss KiKi Shepard.
Hi.
Hi. Listen, this is the original twirl, the Apollo Theater twirl. So she did your dance for you. You know who you are that asked for the twirl.
That's as much.
Oh, we lost you a little bit. Let's see. Hopefully we get you back. Oh, there you are. Guys, we were a little bit delayed because we were making certain that we had our Wi-Fi together. But yes, we had you out for just a few seconds. But yes, thank you for the twirl, the original twirl. There's many out there that's twirling, but we do appreciate yours.
Thank you for asking. That was wonderful. What a wonderful stroll down memory lane. That was cool.
Wonderful stroll, and it was oh so graceful, oh so ladylike. I love it.
In my Uggs.
Yes, that's what she said. That's what she said, guys. She didn't have on her 4-inch heels, so she had to do it in that. All right. Well, you still had it. You had it also. So thank you. Oh gosh, you froze again. We're going to get through this and make certain that you don't freeze. Hopefully we can get you back. Well, we do have her wonderful smile on here. KiKi.
I'm here. I can hear you now.
Okay, great. Well, welcome to Champagne and Conversations. We allowed you to just do your own introduction today, which that's what we do with the legends. We love on you guys and let you just take it away. Thank you. How are you doing? You so pretty.
Thank you. Yes. All I can say is thank you. Because I look in the mirror and that's not what I see. I'm like,
Stop. Oh my gosh, just gorgeous. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the lovely KiKi Shepard. We all know her from the infamous Apollo Theater, of course. And she also has an amazing foundation, the KISS Foundation, which supports sickle cell. And we definitely want to start with just finding out how the foundation has been going. We know that 2020 was a crazy year, but even with that, you were doing so much for the community and supporting those that had sickle cell. You were out delivering book bags, and the young people were excited about what they were receiving. So in advance, again, we thank you for that. And how is KISS Foundation going at this time?
We're really blessed. We're going well. 2020 was an awful year in terms of our community, our focused community, you know, because sickle cell patients already have, you know, problems and compromised immune systems from having the disease. So 2020 was one heck of a year that we had to make sure that our community, that our focused community was served. But we were very, very blessed. And we're blessed we got to do our second annual celebrity golf classic.
We saw that. I'm so sad I didn't make it out there. How did it go?
It was where they had on all of the PPE. Then they went out onto the golf course and stuff and had a great time. And of course they had their cigars. But most importantly is that we were still able to educate and advocate and raise awareness about sickle cell disease on a beautiful day out in God's green earth. And it looks like that we're going to have the same thing happen again this year. So we were very, very blessed in being able to have support for our sickle cell community in 2020. And we just want to say thank you to everybody for doing that.
Absolutely. And your golf tournament is usually in September?
But now we've moved to November.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I will make certain that I plan this time to get there. I know last year was just one of those things, but yes, I will hope to be there next year for that. And then you also usually do your bowling tournament and that's in September, right?
End of the year. And now people are in the first, second, or third quarter. Let's go to the fourth quarter where we have more of an assurance that life will be back to a new normal, not the old normal, but a new normal that can be dealt with and handled.
Okay.
Care backpack, which was our main program, a COVID-19 relief box, where we had to include all kinds of PPE. And we were so blessed to be joined with our sponsor, Herbalife. They ended up giving us iPads that we were able to distribute to sickle cell patients because home learning became not just something you wanted to do, it was a necessity. So Herbalife, our beautiful Diana Brown, one of our best supporters for many years, they were able to it was just wonderful. We had our very first no contact, social distances, drive-through giveaway with the COVID-19 relief box, the backpack, and the iPad. It was amazing. ABC News covered us, Telemundo covered us, you know, it was great. So even though 2020 was a very, very terrible year in terms of everything changing, we were able, with the support of our corporate sponsors and our community, we were able still to make a definite impact upon the lives of the war of sickle cell warriors in our immediate area.
Yes, because sickle cell in its natural situation does sometimes have the ones you care for, they have to stay home and work from home or stay home for school and that anyway. So separate and apart for COVID, that was just kind of something that they had to adapt to, which was why you needed the iPads. So that's awesome that you were able to get them. I think we lost you. Can you hear me? KiKi.
To COVID-19, but it was a scary year. It was scary.
You kind of cut out a little bit. Say that part again after we were talking about the iPad.
That the COVID, the sickle cell community automatically has compromised immune systems.
Right.
So we did lose quite a number did not succumb, because when you have things at your disposal to help you remain healthy, you don't have to worry as much. And especially now with the sickle cell research and stuff, so many patients understand and know what they have to do to keep themselves healthy and out of the hospital. Because who wants to go to the hospital, you know, during this time?
During the COVID, right?
Oh no.
It's bad that you don't even want to go to the hospital.
Do not even want to go, you know. So with the advent of the crisis care package, that gives you a lot of stuff that you need, topical stuff that you need. And then the iPad, then it kept students from having to worry about not going to an actual brick and mortar school. They were able to handle their work through the iPads. It was so it ended up being a very positive year on a lot of levels. But, but it still was a hateful year.
Yeah, and it's still kind of, I mean, it's not as bad, but it's still a little rocky.
It's still going on. We're right now in the midst of trying to figure out exactly how we can go to another level of assisting our sickle cell community in 2021 with COVID still being present. So we are, you know, we did the iPads last year. Younger students need computers. We're looking for laptops. We're looking for electronic things, because in this day and age, electronic assets are what enable people to survive something like this doggone pandemic.
Right.
You know, so we're still looking to see this year what all we can do. I would love to be able to do something on a fitness level, on a physical fitness level for the sickle cell community. Because if you don't stay active, if you don't stay physically healthy, you're more susceptible to all of these different things that are out there in the world now. And I don't think this is the end of any kind. I think it's going to be virus contagions out there all the time now.
Or at least another year, I'm sure.
I would probably say another 4 or 5 years, to be honest, because we still don't know the extent.
Right, of what and where.
Yes, and the National Association has recommended, and we try to follow through with about the social health and quality of life for patients. So the National Association recommended that all sickle cell patients do get the vaccine. So that is our recommendation.
I was
that
going
you
to
do
ask
get the
you,
vaccine
okay, how they
individually.
feel about that, how your patients were feeling about getting the vaccine.
Everybody's different. Everybody's different. And this is whether you have the trait or you have the disease, because sickle cell affects everybody differently. Quite a number of people are very anxious to get the vaccine. There are some that are very wary about getting it. And then there are others that they're sort of riding the fence, and they will make up their mind based upon their immediate family situation, who all they have to be, in contact with, because pretty soon, as you know, it's going to be that if you don't have the vaccine, you can't do this, you can't go here, you can't come in.
I say that.
I
say that as well. It's just going to be like chicken pox, measles, all of those things that we've had to have. It's going to be required.
It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing required that, okay, you may not think that you have to have it, but we're in a room with 100 people. 95 have the.
We lost you.
Not. So it's yeah, I anticipate that it's going to happen like that.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Okay, good. So I anticipate that pretty soon it will be that same situation. But most importantly, sickle cell patients, warriors, families, caregivers, they have to decide for themselves based upon the environment in which they live.
Yes, yes.
I'm not telling anybody what to do.
Yes, and how can we find your organization online, social media?
Yes, online. I'm on all social media platforms at the KIS Foundation, and our website is www.thekisfoundation.org. One S in KISS, KIS Foundation.org.
Yes, awesome. And this is Miss KiKi Shepard that has been working with or has founded the KISS Foundation, and it's been over 10 years of.
Well, we founded it in 2006, so we're in our 15th year.
Yeah, awesome. And I caught a part of this, so forgive me for not having all the information, but another colleague, friend has a show, Kenny Burns show, and he mentioned that there's a young lady that created a movie about someone that has sickle cell. Are you familiar with who that is?
I wish you could tell me.
I know I meant to Google before we got on, but I'll text it to you and see, because I wanted to look at the movie. I wanted to see if you had looked at it or had talked to these individuals or what have you. But apparently something about, I heard part of it, that this person had kind of overcome something with what they were dealing with, and they made a movie about it. Lost you.
I don't know about a movie, but I do CRISPR, CRISPER. I'm trying to make that phone stop ringing. Okay, good. So called CRISPR.
Your superpower.
No, it's an organization called CRISPR. We have 3 different lines here in the office, so it can get kind of crazy. That has been successful.
Okay. It's just the Wi-Fi. Are you there?
Hello?
Okay, we have you now. It freezes just every few sentences.
Yeah, it does. I'm sorry. CRISPR is an organization that is studying how to change the RNA and the DNA to fight and to do a way to cure sickle cell before a child is born. They have been very, very successful. They have found a way to cure a sickle cell patient and a beta thalassemia patient, and they are looking at it now to develop long-term research to see if this is something that can be developed for a full population. So we're very, very hopeful, very, very hopeful. That very well may be what the movie was about.
Okay, I'll double check it and find out. I wanted to look into it, but I didn't have time at the moment, but I will check.
Yeah, please, and let me know. Yeah, let me know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about it. Yeah, too. But there's a lot of wonderful advances on the horizon, and I feel confident within the next 5 to 10 years there will be a cure for sickle cell disease.
Nice. I mean, yeah.
Universal cure.
Yeah, because they say that it is so I guess it is more relevant in the African American community than others. So if they don't have a large population to have to figure it out, it should be a cure already, at least for
Yes,
some of
and,
the
and
cases.
you're totally correct. You're totally correct. It is most prominent in the African American community, but is just as prominent in the Hispanic community, the Asian community, the Mediterranean community. That only leaves
Okay.
one community out there. That's the Caucasian community. And because in this day and time, I like to use that word cross-pollinate. People
Yeah.
people hook up with who they want to now. We don't have those old restrictions and old laws and stuff, and you have to be afraid. People fall in love with and bring children into the world with who they want to.
Correct.
So and since sickle cell disease is a hereditary disease, pretty soon it's going to become hereditary in the white race as well, because it just takes the mother and the father both have to carry the trait. If they carry the trait, each child they have, I want to make sure everybody hears this and understands, each child that they have has a 1 in 4 chance of having this disease.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's really a small
And
margin.
please, before you decide that you're going to possibly bring a child in the world, have a conversation.
Yeah.
Ask, do you have the trait? And if you don't know, let's go get a blood test. You got to get a blood test for everything else. Let's go get a blood test, and we will therefore find out. Also, I have no issue with anyone deciding to have a child if both parents have the trait, because I said it's a 1 in 4 chance. But at least you're going into this with knowledge and understanding of what you may have to deal with.
Sure. Yeah, because it does become something that you do have to maintain and manage, and you have to be aware of what's going on. It takes the patience, the understanding, and we have to watch
lots of money. Lots of money. Let's be clear. This is not something that can go away. This is a from birth on issue that you have to deal with raising your child. And then when your child transitions into adulthood and wants to do the things that everybody else at that age wants to do, they still have to.
Are they limited to some degree? They are limited. They're limited to some degree as from an adult perspective, what they can do, or is it just like they tire easy and things like that? Mm-hmm.
Those things remain.
Yeah.
As you become an adult, your blood.
We lost her. We'll just wait patiently.
You don't know what blood you're getting in your body, but as you get older, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? Mm-hmm. We just wait patiently. Every few minutes it goes out.
Something is in my eye. Sorry. Oh, why? You're back?
I'm here.
Can you hear me? Am I frozen?
Every few seconds you'll go out, but we're here.
It's funny. It seems like that you're frozen, but on your end, I'm frozen.
Uh-huh. And that's what we were checking earlier, just to make certain that wasn't the case. So we would have a clear conversation so everyone could get all of your great information. Are you there? KiKi. We may have really lost her this time, guys. KiKi Shepard, talking about the KISS Foundation. You can find her on KISS with 1S foundation.org. And I think she may be back again.
Yes.
Yes. I was going to say the next time we may do your phone so that we can make sure you have a connection.
Oh, God, and it's very strange. I don't know why I'm having this issue. Shucks.
Yeah. And I usually do it this way so we don't have those Wi-Fi issues like we do on other platforms. But, here we are.
You prefer that I go out and come back on my phone?
If you like, and then we can make certain that we just get back to your information about sickle cell and talk about some other great things, because I do want to just talk about you a little bit as well, as you've been giving to so many.
Let's keep going like this. If it goes out again, I'll call back on my phone.
Okay. All right. So we were just kind of finishing up and we were talking about the lifestyle as it goes into, as you're a child transitioning into an adult, you have to still deal with those things. So you were saying that it's expensive.
It's very expensive living with sickle cell disease. You're constantly you know, it's not like I can take a pill in the morning and I'm assured of being fine for the rest of the day. It is a constant battle. So it's a constant battle. So yeah, it is expensive.
And it's not anything that you grow out of, right? It's nothing that just kind of, takes its course and then over time it gets a little bit better as you get older. Okay. So yeah, it's definitely.
But the thing is this, everybody is different. Everybody's battle with sickle cell is different. But normally if you're born with it, it doesn't get better. That's why people have often gotten the bone marrow transplant surgery, because it just wears away at your body so much. Sometimes you don't have a choice. It's going to kill you, or you're going to try to do a bone marrow transplant where you get all new blood in your body and you can function with a whole new system. But everybody doesn't survive that either.
Wow. And I know when we were talking before, and it was probably in the middle of COVID, we were talking about your cases of patients that unfortunately they didn't make it through with the COVID. Were those numbers high? They were there when you talked last time, but did they increase anymore, or how was it as it related to your patients and, those that were affected by COVID? Can you hear me?
I'm gonna pull it up on the phone because I've lost you again.
Okay. Guys, just give us a moment. We have just a few technical things, but we want to make certain that we get all of the information. Thank you. And while we're waiting for her, we want to just thank you all for joining us for the end of Women's Day, or the actual International Women was earlier in the month. We were celebrating International Women's Day, and now we've been celebrating Women's Herstory or History Month. And that was the reason that I wanted the lovely KiKi Shepard to sit with us to close out Women's Herstory Month, because of course she has a story. And with that, we love it. We wanted to give you your flowers. Thank you. I'm certain that you have influences from little girl and even now because of the amazing people that you have the opportunity to mix with. So I wanted to find out some of your influences, just in your growing up phases, and then even now the folks that you work with.
I am so blessed. I'm surrounded by some very strong women. A lot of her stories have been talked about in this month, this Women's History Month. I'm just so blessed. I just thought about, I was talking a little earlier about Dinah Brown from Herbalife, Cynthia Mitchell Hurd from YWCA. Her name is escaped, from Special Needs Network. How can I forget her name? That's terrible. Joanne Turman from Habitat for Humanities, Tina Knowles Lawson, Vanessa Bell Calloway. I mean, there are Jackie Harry. There are so many. Dawn Lewis from A New Day Foundation, who was one of my original board members, and now she's branched out to do what she's doing with her own foundation. There are so many of us. And then, of course, I have my own sisters, my sisters Von Gretchen McAlpin, who's in Florida, and my younger sister Cassandra Shepard, who's in San Diego. All of them are such strong, influential people on my life, and on how I formulate my ideas and what I'm reaching for and how I reach for it. But I always have to say my main influence in becoming who I am has always been female, has always been my mother, Dorothy Hortense Shepard. My mama was a pistol. You hear me? A pistol, living down there in Tyler, Texas, 3 girls, but making sure that we all pursued our our gifts from the very beginning, that we were all, that she impressed upon us the fact that with education, everything is possible. And that's something that I keep very, very strong in the forefront of my mind. With education, everything is possible. Both my parents were educators. So, and my mom was an English teacher. So, that's just, there was no way, we were not all going to go to college. There was no way we were not all going to go and pursue something that would make us very successful women. But the thing that I loved about my mom is that she said, it does not have to be the general path. Your path is your own.
Nice.
As long as you bring me that certificate from Howard University, which I did, in business, marketing and management, got that, top of my class, Howard University. Here, mommy, here is this certificate of graduation. Here is and she said, okay, baby, now go out there and do whatever it is that you want to do for you, because I know that no matter what you choose to do, you have an arsenal of knowledge that will apply anywhere. Is one thing also I do not like to say is the word fall back.
Well, we will call it an option. We'll call it a second option if, in fact, you decide to pivot.
What'd you say?
I said we'll call it a pivot in case you decide you had a second option instead of a backup plan.
You have an arsenal of weapons that you can use no matter what area you choose to pursue. Yes. I was very instrumental in writing the dancer's contract for the Wiz movie way back before you were born. Because I had the understanding of business administration and business education from my graduation, and then I was the dancer. So I was able to help write the contract that took dancers out of the extras union and into the actors union. There are a lot of things that have just been laid before me, praise God, that my preparation has enabled me to take advantage of and to come out on top of.
Absolutely. And the power that you were given.
My mom is
she gave you that strength and that power to say nothing is any limits. You can go wherever you want.
Impossible.
And do what you want to do.
No limit.
No limit. And I love that. And that's actually what we all are talking about now, not just in this month, but we want to continue.
We had a visitor coming through our
to your office.
But yeah, you have the option. You have the option to do everything that you want to do because you have been trained. You have the arsenal. You have the tools by which you can pivot any way you want to go.
Yes, yes. Even in the pandemic, we could pivot and do what we needed to do. But that's amazing. I didn't know about you and the Wiz. I'm glad that you gave us another Herstory.
This is happening
in the history moments right now.
Yeah.
Now, were you at Howard with our VP, our Madam VP?
No, I was there before her.
Okay.
No, I was there before her. I'm a little bit older than her, but it's just so wonderful to know that
alum, right? Yes, amazing. There you are.
I say it. Repeat that for me.
Yeah,
repeat the last thing you said.
I said, were you there with Madam VP? And you said you were a little ahead of her.
Yes, I was. I was a little ahead. Yes, I'm not ashamed to admit it.
It's okay. You don't appear to be a day over. It's great. We love it. We know how the genes, we know how the skin, the self-care, it just works so well.
Thank you, mommy. Thank you. I give a lot of glory up to my mom. Like I said, a lot of glory up to just that hereditary thing. You know, a lot of people talk about your heritage and stuff. And I do have an American Indian and Black heritage combined on both sides.
Both sides, both your parents are American Indian also? Or they have it in the family?
My sister that's a year older than me in Miami. I don't know how she does it. Oh, frozen again.
I'm here. Yes.
Oh, you can hear me? Good, good, yes. It's once again, I inherited the sickle cell trait, but I also inherited great bone
Yes,
structure.
you did.
I also inherited great skin. You know, I also inherited the desire and the will to be the best that I could be at everything, you
That's
know?
awesome.
And I think I inherited,
I
go
was going to
ahead.
ask you, how many siblings do you have?
I have two sisters, one older and
And
one
were you the
younger.
only that inherited the trait sickle cell? Oh,
Yes,
wow. So that
yes.
1 out of 4,
I'm the only one that is.
you had that ratio where you actually were 1 out of 3.
But what was good was that only one parent had the
Okay.
trait. If both parents had the trait, then it may have turned out different, but one parent had the
And
trait.
they didn't know.
So, and it's so funny, we're still not sure which one
Oh,
it
okay.
is. Sometimes I think it's my mom. Sometimes I think it's my dad.
Wow.
But thing about sickle cell disease that we've heard stories about,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but no one in my immediate family, cousins and stuff, I don't even know if anybody else has a trait. People do not like to talk about it. People do not like to go and find out about it, but I have my suspicions, you know. I have to have respect for you have to have respect for anyone that is suffering from any kind of disease. And
Sure.
understand and know that they have to live their life the way they have to live it, no matter how much I might want to know this or that. You have to be respectful of a person's choice in life for what they want to reveal about their own lives.
And I don't know why we're so resistant or hesitant to see the doctor and find out. Like you said, it's like a 10-minute go get all your blood work done. If and you have it done for the year or whatever, but just go one day, spend all day, go to doctor, dentist, doctor, whatever it is, and just get it all done. And then you're good for, the amount of time that's necessary. But I'm very much one advocate of it because with everything that we have going on in normal days, prior
Yeah,
to pandemic, we were
yeah.
moving so much and you just neglect yourself, in that regard. But now, even having to add in the pandemic, now you have to be conscious of what's happening on top of your normal, whatever
Yes.
everyday thing. So I just think that is necessary to just stay on top of it, especially as we get what we like to call more wiser, not older, but more wiser. We want to make certain that we're monitoring those things.
No, say it older. Say it is older because this is a machine, you know, the human body machine. We're down off in here somewhere looking out through
That's
these little
right.
things called
Yes.
eye holes. We're down off in here. This is us in here and stuff. This is a vessel that carries us around.
Talk
And
about
if
it.
we don't do everything to take care of it, all of the things that our spirit wants to do and experience and have and stuff, we're limited because our vessel
Yes.
needs repair. So
Absolutely.
you're right. Go ahead and say older. I never ever thought I would be the age that I am now. I was like, I'm not gonna ever be. Shucks. You look up one day and you turn the corner and say, "Well, when did that happen? Well, where did that come? What is that? What is that?
I do that now.
I can't get rid of this bag under my eye. What the heck
Yes,
is
we
it?
always like, yes, like
Where did it come from? Why? Because tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
oh man.
That keeps ticking into the future. Time never,
Time.
ever stops. And that's something that we need to embrace.
Yes.
Knowledge means everything. With knowledge, you can know if you're going to find out something that will affect you 20 years down the road, it will change how you live those
Yes.
20 years.
Yes.
And
yes.
that decision that was made in this year for 20 years from now can be changed.
Yes. Yes.
That's one of the
With
things
all we
that's
have.
why we have such constant hope and prayer for the state of the sickle cell patient. This thing is going to be figured out.
Yeah.
It really is because it's hereditary. It's in the blood, it's in the DNA, it's in the RNA. We are so research is jumping by leaps and bounds every year. We're so grateful for that because what any advancement made in another
Oh, we were rolling with you for a moment. I was like, okay, we got good Wi-Fi now. Oh, there you go. It wants you to be great sometimes, but we hope that you'll come back.
There you are. I love it when you come back.
And I'm just waiting patiently. I said,
I
it wants
know.
you to be great sometimes. And you were just going. And I was like, oh, this
I
is
know.
good. It's fine. And then all of a
And then,
sudden it just drifted away.
I
So
know.
we'll just wait.
I know. We'll just wait. We're having a fine
We'll
time
just
waiting.
wait. We have time. It's fine. I want to make sure that they get your information. But you were just sharing that in time with the DNA and the RNA, that there will be a discovery. There has
Yes.
been tests happening to figure out what it is. And now that you've just done a little slight commercial, is that the Simone jewelry on your ear?
Yes. Simone Smith, my sister. Simone,
Yes.
another woman with Herstory. You know, you think about Simone and what she has done and what she's overcome in her life, and she has
Yes.
this beautiful line of jewelry and stuff. Strong women, baby, strong women. She's a doll. I love her. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
she's another supporter of what we do for sickle cell. You
Mm-hmm.
know, everybody has different ways of supporting. I don't know if you all caught this, but let me just say this, that advancements in other blood disorders is what I was saying. I don't know if you heard this, but advancements in other blood disorders will benefit sickle cell disease. When you make an advancement in one area, it still is going to benefit another area. So we
Nice.
feel certain that sickle cell disease will be taken. We will find a cure for it very, very soon.
Awesome. And let's get your website again, just in case it cut out at some point and there are those that are wanting to support you. I want to make sure that they have that. Also, you were asking about fitness instruction. Are you looking to do that fitness instruction on Zoom, or you want like a place where people can come?
Okay, you have to repeat that. I only heard the end of it.
Okay, I want you to give your information again for your foundation in case anyone missed that. So we'll do that before you cut out again.
Okay, it's the KIS Foundation, KIS, one S, KIS Foundation Incorporated. Our website is www.thekisfoundation.org.
Okay.
We're available on all social media platforms, the KIS Foundation.
Okay. And then you mentioned that you wanted to do some fitness. Are you looking to do fitness where they would be doing like Zoom activity, or you're wanting to have them assemble like in a space?
No, I would like to find someone who would like to donate fitness equipment, like a pad, you know, where to work out, maybe some hand things, maybe some little weights. I'd like to have a package
Okay.
that I'd like to find some fitness company that would be willing to do 100 to 150 packages that included fitness materials that sickle cell patients can utilize wherever they are, at the park, at home, wherever they are individually, to make sure that they do certain things to keep themselves healthy. Some weights, you know, for arm lifting, those things that crunch the fingers and stuff, you know,
Sure.
the mats that you lay on to stretch and stuff like that. Some kind of the watches, you know, to take your timing, stuff like that. Just some kind of fitness platform that would enable individuals to be able to work on their own health and wealth of body.
Okay. Okay.
That's
And I'll reach out to two, and then I'm going to send you two, and then you can reach out to them and
Thank
find
you.
out.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
You
The
know, we
fitness
all have
part.
to work together.
That's right. And I am trying to get into the fitness. Listen, I started in my little short form with what you just said, some arm weights, and I have the resistance ball and that kind of thing. So I'm trying to get into it, but I'm just not that fitness discipline. I love to
Yeah.
watch people in the gym. I think it's
Most people are
amazing,
not.
but I'm like, I don't want to do that. I would just rather just do
No,
this.
you need somebody to be with you.
Oh,
You
you
hear me?
do?
I've been a dancer all my life. I've been a trained dancer, and I don't mean strip club dancer. I mean ballet, jazz, modern, you know.
We
Although
know.
I'm not trying to, you know, to disrespect the sisters, you know, in the club, because a lot of them are doing wonderful things, raising their children. And I'm telling you, my niece tried to teach me pole. You have to have serious upper arm
Strength.
strength.
Oh my God. Yes. I don't understand it.
So
And
I'm
you
not
have to be able to
disrespecting the
lean
sisters.
into that. I
Yes.
can't do it. I
I'm
can't.
not disrespecting the sisters that go that route at all, because it is still a strategy. It's still a
It's
technique.
art. It's an
You know,
art.
it's art. It is art. It is art. And they get paid. But anyway, I've been a professional dancer damn near all my life. And I know physically what is necessary to be able to maintain. And I can't give myself, I know the things I need to do in class that I could do right here at home. I need somebody over me 5, 6, 7, 8, and two, that's just what I need. And I have a wonderful trainer now that's getting me back in shape and stuff. You have to sometimes find somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Or somebody, meet in the park, meet your person in the park, or have a partner where, y'all challenge each other. But if you can't physically do it yourself, get you somebody that will push you.
I know, but that's the reason why I don't even have a trainer. And I know a bunch of them, but they probably would push me too much. It would drive me nuts.
No, it wouldn't. No,
I can't do this.
But no, after the third time, your body will all of a sudden do something that you couldn't do the first time. You have to.
You have to train the body to get ready for it. Conditioning, I know.
But get you somebody that's going to work over you, that's going to stay with you, that's going to make you go. And after the third or fourth time, you'll find yourself in much better shape and being able to do things.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it.
I know, because it's bad when I go up the first flight of stairs and I get to the top and I'm a little winded. Listen, I got the shot, so I'm blaming it on that. Like, oh, maybe it's a little side effect from it.
You are no good. Blaming it on the shot.
Maybe it's the
shot. What you gonna do a month from now? What you gonna say about the shot a month from now? Oh, I just didn't feel like it.
Then I said, and then if I'm in here by myself, I'm like, this is embarrassing. Am I really winded on the first flight? And I got another flight. I'm like, oh, no.
You can't say nothing. You can't say nothing. On the first flight, I was
winded. And then you get to taking pictures. And then I'm like, wait, it's about to be summer. And I'm like, sitting down. The enjoyment of the snacks is going places that it should not. I'm like,
yes.
Oh, boy.
Wait, the enjoyment of the snacks is going places. Yes, the enjoyment of the snacks. That's exactly what it is.
Oh my, and I'm good at the snacks too. Like I have not had a bag of chips in forever. And I've had like 2 in the last couple of days. Chips. I never eat
full bag. Oh, girl. Okay, you got to run around the block or something now to get that off. You have to do that.
And then had the audacity to have a candy apple and was having a good time with the caramel apple. I said, no. I have to work out. This is not good. So maybe just the walking. That's the part that I enjoyed the most was the walking. It's just being with the COVID and the coldness. I haven't been able to do it. So we'll see now that the weather is changing, whether or not I can get back to the walking.
Okay, wait, you said you had the audacity to do what?
Have a candy apple. You want me to repeat that on this?
Because I didn't hear it. Sorry.
I'm enjoying it. And they had the nerve when you cut it, it was cut already. So when you cut it, it came out in these real nice, like quarter sections. And it was the caramel with the chocolate and oh my gosh, it was heaven. It was heaven. And I ate a little bit more than I should have. I won't say how much I had, but I was like, get away. But that's just because I'm here. I have nothing to do.
That's good. Put the candy apple down. Don't get the candy apple ever again. No, do not. Candy apple. First is candy.
No candy yet, but that candy apple was enough because I had strawberries for February with chocolate. So that was the dessert for February was, the chocolate covered strawberries. And now here I am with the chocolate covered apples. I'm like, no, I can't keep doing this, but we'll see. Hopefully the weather is changing and I can get back outside.
Okay, say that last sentence again.
I was just having a conversation as I knew you were coming back, but I said last month it was this chocolate covered strawberries and that was February. And now it's chocolate covered apples. I'm trying to get to the dessert and to the fruit. Isn't that going to work? No, but if not, then I'll go and work out. But I'll try walking. I'll start with the walking.
Start with the
maybe. Because I can't run my back. I can't run, but I'll walk. it's better than being on the treadmill because that's boring.
Do you have a bicycle?
No, I said the bike is boring. I would rather walk outside. So I'll like leave where I am and walk to like the store or the, down to like it's developments around. So I can walk to different things. I try to use that as my exercise, but no, I don't have the Peloton. My sister does, but I just think it's like, I don't want to do that. I used to really be one with nature. I had to be out. I could ride the bike out, but not like just in place.
Right,
No, I like
right,
activities, skating, which I
right.
would be scared to get on a pair of skates right now with these unstable legs. Like, oh no, like you said, the pole, and I'm like, we can't do this. I can't
Can't
stand
do
on
it. Can't
skates
do it.
either. No, so
Wow.
we'll try. We'll see. I'll mix it up a little bit, but yeah, I'll let you know how the
But
workout
you
is
know,
going.
because in this day and time, it really is important to do something physical,
Yes.
something that stirs your body up and keeps it going.
Yep, keeps the metabolism happy, keeps the calories off, the chips, the snacks, but it's been part of quarantine, just being in, and not having that interaction or moving around. Because I mean, it used to be that I wouldn't eat until now,
Right.
this time of day. So
Me
even doing,
too. Exactly. Me too.
and now I'm eating.
And yes, yes. And you're, I don't know. I've become such a person with fish and vegetables. That's just about all I eat. Maybe some
Yes,
chicken and
yes,
vegetables and things, but
yes.
I've never been a meat eater. But when you eat and you sit back down, I don't care what you're eating, it doesn't flow through you and it doesn't do you the same way as if you are active, you go out and
And
become
moving
active.
around. Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So if you were to write a book, what would one chapter of your book be titled?
Mm, wow. Wow. Which one would I choose? Mistakes have consequences.
Indeed.
No, choices have consequences,
Indeed.
not mistakes, because when you do them, you don't know it's a mistake. Choices have consequences.
Choices have
Yeah.
consequences. Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm having some of those issues right now. Like, and they don't feel good. Choices have
Oh yeah.
consequences. I love it. I love it. And
I'm dealing with the consequences of a choice I made 30 years ago. And so funny that when I made the choice because I was not sure that that the choice was going to reap me professionally in my professional life what I wanted. I thought that it may excuse me, keep me from excelling in my career in the way I wanted to. It had to do with a man, um, and I made a choice not to pursue that. But what's so funny is that that man is still a part of my life now, and I'm wondering what would have happened had I made another choice way back then. But the thing that I can't deny is that in these 30 years, my career has really done what I'd hoped that it would do. So maybe the choice I made back then was the right choice for then. The choice I wish I'd made back then, who knows what it would have done to me right now. So choices have consequences, but you still have to make them based upon the information that you have right then at that moment. You make your choice, you make a choice based upon that information, and don't try to figure out what information that you might get. You can only deal with.
we're going to wait for her to come back because that conversation is going to get
That
good.
we have, you know, but it's still a choice. It's a choice that I made, and these are the consequences of that choice. And that's not to say if it's negative or positive. There are consequences that go with every choice.
So I want to ask you, and I know that we are supposed to keep it around the history and the her story, but why is it that when you said you made that choice years ago and you were A, concentrating on your career, and then obviously B, concentrating on your heart, or vice versa, heart, career, whatever, and then knowing what you had already had instilled in you, which is get the knowledge, pursue what you had, so you were driven in that way to be channeled to stay like the course. And somehow, with, I think, our generations, we kind of know that our parents sacrificed in a lot of ways, whether it was education, family, whatever, they sacrificed. So if they did for us, they gave us that go, don't stop, don't do this, don't do that, live what you want to live. But I want to ask, why is it that even at that time, do you feel like the love and the career couldn't have gone together?
Personally, for me, it was because I was not sure exactly what I was going to do, but I didn't need that love. I didn't have a need for it. I had a want for it, but I didn't have a need for it. I was rolling. I was good with just me, and I didn't want to jeopardize making a decision that would keep me from being able to be the one deciding factor in what I did with my career. Because when you come together with somebody and you pledge your life to them, in my opinion, you have to include them in your thought process. You have to include them in what you decide to do. And I was very selfish. I didn't want to include nobody else, but I wanted that. But at that point, if it wasn't, I know if it wasn't strong enough for me to make because if it had been strong enough, heart thing was not the most important. And women often have to make that choice between career and heart, career and family. Women often have to make that choice because still in today's society, it is thought that you can't have everything. Women are the bearer of children. Women are the bearer of the future in terms of our race and stuff. And you're still considered uh,
Keep coming back.
for
We just wait patiently.
I had sacrificed for me to go for me. So to sacrifice myself for something that might happen because of joining with another person, it just didn't make sense to me then. And it's unfortunate that still today, women are required to choose between family and career, but men are not.
And at this point, I don't know that it's just women. I think that, both men and women make those decisions, especially even if it's not early on, but at some point in life, if you have a bad experience of some sort, and you feel like
Is
that
running
was
across my mind that I want to describe her with, but she is an example. She's a presentation of self-preservation and love and care, but nonetheless self-preservation because she stuck to what was good for her.
and that was who? Because you cut out. Who stuck?
Oh,
What was?
Cicely Tyson.
Okay.
Cicely Tyson.
Okay.
Amazing woman. Who
Yes.
is an example of that. You can have this and that and this and that, but you have to make your choices. Your choices come when
Yeah. And I was saying to you, I feel like it's not just women. I feel like men as well, somehow, especially if later in life they have had a bad relationship, then they feel like now I'm going to become selfish. And not so much selfish, but I'm going to worry more about me and, what I need to do as opposed to giving my heart to, someone and trying to blend. But I think
that should
that
be anybody. That should be anybody. That that should be anybody's way of thinking. I agree wholeheartedly with you. It can be men or women. But when you give up something that you seriously desire within yourself to do what other people are saying you should be doing, you're not going to be happy. And it's going to
right,
come back to
right,
get you. It's going to come
right,
back to
right.
get you,
Yeah,
no matter
when you do it that way, but now consequences have consequences have circumstances in the regard of what if it is something that you do desire and you want to do, separate and apart from any voices around you, and you still make the choice to do maybe something different, then you have to live with that consequence or that circumstance. And that, as you're saying now, you kind of feel like, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
No, I don't feel like I shouldn't have done that. No, that's not what I meant to portray. I meant to say, I wonder what it would have been like had I made that other choice. I don't think that I made the wrong choice overall. Okay. Very small area of my life that to make another choice may have had a different kind of influence on my life. But at that point in my life, it was about what I was going to become. With all of this work I had put into, what was I going to become? And if at that point in time, that heart thing was not the most important thing to me, that's why I chose me. I did choose the heart, but I chose my heart.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And you see, God bless me. It's always, it's always what if. What if will forever be there. But if you embrace your own beliefs, your own strengths, your own ideology, if you embrace who you believe that you are destined to be, I don't care who falls by the wayside. That was their path in terms of you. Reason, season, lifetime. Don't get them mixed up. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Iyanla Vanzant, that woman was right about that long time ago. Do not try to make a reason become a season, and truly don't try to make a season a lifetime. It won't work.
That's right. And that's intuition. And obviously we don't always pay attention to it. That I know. That can give you that guidance in terms of where they're supposed to be, or where they're supposed to register in your life. But I guess with me growing up in a different environment, like in the South, so to speak, family was everything. So with the family, even if my mother was one that instilled in me, pursue your dreams. And hey, I was one, didn't want to have any children, definitely didn't want to be married, wanted to go abroad and just live my life. All of that changed. It was like the total opposite of what I had envisioned. Very, like just years before I graduated from high school, and still did the college thing, but not to its entirety of what I kind of thought. And so, I took the turn of the love part and had children early, at least one child early, which obviously took me on another route. But with that being said, yes, it does give you a different thought process in terms of, had I done this, would have done that, what I mean? Yeah.
But you know what? That was not your path. Your path is exactly what has been. That was your path. It could have been, we all think that our 20s and 30s are when we're supposed to do all these amazing, wonderful things. And we're supposed to be this, you're supposed to be that. By the time you hit your 40s and 50s, everybody's path is not like that. Everybody's path is not like that. Your path is your path. Don't let anybody take you off of your path, and don't compare your path to anybody else's, because your name is what? My name is what? We're individuals. We're not the same. We are not, I don't like that herd mentality in terms of everybody should go here, everybody should go there. But that's exactly what enables the people that stretch out on the specialty paths have an ability to make an impact, because we do have more people that follow in groups. But then the people that step out and become individual, whatever, I don't care if you're a lawyer, I don't care if you're a doctor, I don't care if you're a maid, I don't care what you are. If you excel at what you do individually, that is the path you were supposed to be on. Don't let anybody make you think that you chose a bad path. Now, if it comes to being getting messed up on drugs and stuff like that, so that you can't, that's a bad path, because you hurt yourself. You hurt yourself. But in this day and time, I don't know, like I said, I look back, there's a lot of things. Who knows if me and that gentleman would have had a knockdown, drag out fight in a year, and I'd be like, don't ever come near me again. And we wouldn't have the great friendship that we have now. Because in my estimation, that great friendship has been far more advantageous to my life than anything I didn't know before. And I didn't know that other part of life, who knows what would happen. But it's great to think about. It's a wonderful thing about what if, but you have to be grateful and happy and feel blessed for what you have now.
Yeah.
God has blessed me beyond belief. I've traveled the world. I've been the president, kings, queens, presidents, emperors. I've done all that. I've seen so much. I don't have anything that I'm really sorry about in terms of how I pursued my life, in terms of my work and my career and what I have been bred to do. I don't have any regrets about that.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Because that's what the lifetime is about, is that when you get to a point of being able to put it in neutral, that you say, I've lived.
We're going
You
to say it
there?
again. Say it
I
again.
said, yeah, that's definitely what we talk about in terms of living the good life, is not having any regrets and being able to feel like there isn't anything, though there are no stones that are unturned. And
Exactly.
there's nothing that you have not been able to accomplish in whatever facet. It was no
Or at
limit
least had
in
the
it.
opportunity to accomplish it. I don't know how successful I've been at everything, but there's very little that has not been put before me that I've not had the opportunity to really try
Yeah.
to be my best at. I've been
Yeah.
really blessed.
Yes, you have been very blessed, and we are blessed to
I
have you here
have
to be able to
been
talk about that.
really,
COVID free and all of that great stuff. Yes, we definitely appreciate the information that you have shared with us. And again, just wanting to give you your flowers and tell you all of the, give you all of the awards and all of the love and all of the things that you deserve. I'm glad you were able to share stories and give us some powerful words to kind of walk off with, to be able to plan. Listen, I say the best phase of life, because as we start here, for those of us that started a little later, that we're living the way that we so desire, and not and give me the phrase again for the chapter of your book, consequences.
choices have consequences.
Choices have consequences. Oh my gosh, yes.
Choices have
Yes.
consequences.
And on
Choices have
every level.
consequences
Choices have consequences, yes,
on
on
every
every
level.
level, on every level.
Yes.
So yes, and and what I was going to say before you cut out is that it's unfortunate that love has become something that has been so relevant in this day and time because of what we've experienced with COVID. But it was something that we were kind of shying away from because everyone was so busy,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you really have
Yeah.
put that to the background.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not to become preachy or what have you, but that's really a function that we're supposed to have in our lives. Somewhere, somehow, we are supposed to coexist in a natural way, not in a forced way, like you say, in a
Right.
way that you may
Right.
feel like, oh, there's no real advantage, or there's no real blessing in this. But just being able to have someone that's around that that loves and cares for you. And obviously sometimes that tends to be children, or just a grandmother, or whatever it is, if it's not a mate, because not everyone desires to have a mate. um but if you do desire to have a mate, that you get the mate that you so desire for the
And
lifetime.
it doesn't have to be the same one for the life. See, to me, when you seek someone for a lifetime, you are supposing that you know what your lifetime is going to be. So it's a good thing to find somebody that you blend so well with that you all have the ability to change and alter and pivot, to use your word and stuff. That's a wonderful thing. I have nothing but great joy and appreciation and respect for that. But if you find somebody that makes you happy for 5 years, and you find another person that makes you happy for 3 years, whatever, take the joy that's in the world now, especially after us having come through this whole COVID thing, the joie de vivre of the world, take it in whatever form it comes. Take it in whatever form it comes. If it's children, if it's a partner, if it's a mate, if it's a lover, if it's a teacher, if it's a friend, take that joy that is being sent to you. It's a blessing from God. Take it, cover yourself with it, embrace it, just receive it and embrace it, and enjoy it for its worth. Season, reason, lifetime.
Amen.
Reason, season, lifetime. Don't try to decipher what it is when you first meet. But as you go along, if it's meant to be lifetime, it's going to stay there. It ain't going to be happy all the time, but it is going to stay there. Imagine if you're a person with sickle cell disease and you're born, and from a child, you understand that you have a disease that could take you out of here by the time you're 30 years old.
Right.
So what do you decide? What do you decide to do? Everything you can so that by the time you're 30, you will have done everything. Then you look up and you live to be 45.
Now what?
You live to be 60.
That's right. The powerful words from Miss KiKi.
With it, every bit of education. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Live your best life according to where you are now and what you have at your disposal now. Tomorrow will take care of itself. It's another day to make things brighter, more wonderful, but make sure that you enjoy what you have before you, the blessings that you have before you. Make sure you enjoy them today. Say thank you. Tell somebody I love you. Don't like you that much, but I love you.
I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss KiKi Shepard, our living legend. We love you. We love you. We thank you so, so much for sharing these great words, these gems, this knowledge, and being able to just get through another day. Being able to be living on purpose is definitely where we are in 2021, being the best us that we can be. So this is amazing to be able to sit and have a conversation with you. And we thank you so much. We send everyone to his foundation to support those with sickle cell. They are truly, truly grateful for all the gifts that Ms. KiKi Shepard shares with them. And she has all that great stuff on her page, so you can see the lovely things that they do for the foundation. And we thank you. We thank you. Thank you.
Happy Women's Herstory Month.
Yes, happy Women's History Month. Yay. Thank you for sharing and closing it out with us.
Yes, my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. You be good. I'll speak to you real soon.
Yes, we'll talk soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody.